As a hand plane parts dealer, people often ask me, MJ, what's hard for you to keep in stock? And the answer is always the same. Good Stanley irons, 2¼ inch and larger. So you can imagine when my buddy Leonard told me about this auction in Chicago and I saw this picture, I was all in. FedEx showed up today with the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, 42 pounds of vintage Stanley iron. Let's take a closer look. Each box, a half dozen Bailey's double irons for wood planes. This is the oldest label that I've ever seen. These are actually for transitional planes, and we know that because this opening right here is higher up, but fortunately the blades themselves are 2-inch, meaning they'll fit any number 4 or number 5. There were 15 number 8 size irons in the box, these 2 Sweethearts, which are AA logos, and then 13 of these Q logos. And just to put this in perspective, Stanley used this logo from 1892 all the way to 1907. So that gives you an idea of just how old this new old stock is. These irons are a very odd size. They're coming in at 2 1/8. These were for a specific size of transitional plane. So those might be a little tough to sell. What about 9 number 1 size irons, 7 T logos and 2 Q logos, and a couple of chip breakers? 5 Sweetheart era rabbit plane irons, I think those are from like maybe a 191 or something, and a shoulder plane iron. 30 block plane irons, mostly for 110s and 130s. 4 random Sergeant irons, including this one, that I think is either a Type 1 or a Type 2. And here's one I've never seen in new old stock before, a number 62 low angle jack plane iron, and it's a Sweetheart. Around here we always save the best for last. What about a dozen 2¼ inch irons, meaning they'll fit your number 5 1/2? These are nearly impossible to find because Stanley went to a 2 3/8 and stopped making these. This is what parts dealer dreams are made of.